maybe since, she'll have a few things to say, maybe we start with you, Ken. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I will try to
Take your time. I didn't
uh
give you any warning for that, so sorry about that.
okay. Let me see how to take it from here. Let me know if you can see it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna um give you a little finance for the month of December and for the year ended for the sorry for the calendar year ended, not the fiscal year for the PA. So for the month of December, our revenues increased by about $73,000. You can see the details from the slide, but I'll just briefly mention a couple of them. 53,000 came from the annual appeal, which included results from our Giving Tuesday campaign. So thank you again for your generosity. About $17,000 came from the Lunar New Year ticket sales, and another $3,000 came from the sponsorship. That brings our total revenues to 173,000, which is about 46% of our fundraising target. So moving to the right, our spending was about $38,000 for the entire month. Um, and the major items are there, but again, I'll repeat it again. The key ones are the teacher's wish list, about 15,000. The remaining balance for the college essay program. And then this one we talked about earlier, we contributed our portion for the repair of the sound system in the auditorium. The remaining two are hospitality and some other miscellaneous expenditures for the PA, such as credit cards and miscellaneous support for the school and some essential spending that we have to deal with for the PA. That brings our total year-to-date spending to 122, and that left us with a net income at this point, still income of $52,000 for year-to-date December. Our cash was 455 at the end of the year. So that's pretty much all I need to share, and I'll turn it back to you, Kim.
All right, Ken, thank you. Sharon, are you here? I saw that you were there. Or would
Yep.
you like to maybe talk? Because you've got a lot of stuff going on with the Lunar New Year.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone who purchased the tickets. So the tickets sold out during the early bird period. So that's very good. And currently, we just we are promoting the Lunar New Year's merch sale. So we hope everybody can support as usual, like to buy a towel or T-shirt to show you're proud, and also to support our school, which we can sponsor clubs, team, and culture fair, and teacher wish list, everything can just mention. And also, we opened the link for the mega raffle, so you can purchase a raffle, so $20 each, and you can win the grand prize up to 1,500. So we have a 7 prize. So you can take a look to the Tuesday TikTok. We do have the link for the mega raffle and also the Lunar New Year merch. So please support whatever you can, which we wish to raise money to support our school and our children. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. And if you haven't had a chance to look at Tech Talk, there is a lot in it this week, and links for the Lunar New Year merchandise. And just to let everyone know, the T-shirt was designed by a tech student. There was a competition, and I'm trying to remember who it was. Sharon, the young lady that won the competition.
Alina Lin, a
And that's what I
sophomore.
was going to say, and I
Yeah.
thought I'd be wrong. So,
That's really pretty. Yeah.
it's a
And
beautiful
also,
shirt. It
yep,
really is.
to own
And
one, because like you have to wait for another 12 years for a year of snake. And it's good to keep a memory. I keep all the this is my 4th year, so I'm going to keep for another 2 years. That's a collection, just like the gym t-shirts. So I purchase everything, gala, everything for memory. Yep.
thanks, Sharon. And again, Tiffany will be able to talk to us in a couple of minutes, but I thought while we were waiting, we did publish the minutes from our last meeting in Tech Talk. So at this time, if there are no objections, I'd look for a motion to approve the minutes from our December meeting.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second, Leslie.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, so our minutes are approved. Let's see what, Leslie, while you're talking, would you like to give an update on the fundraising committee?
Sure. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie. I'm your co-VP of fundraising. My co-VP Naeem should be on. I'm not sure if he's here, but we don't have much updates for you because we're strong in the, supporting Lunar New Year. We're excited that we're sold out. So thank you guys for everyone that was able to contribute, participate, and help us make big dreams for our students. As far as our annual gala would be the next big event coming up from our fundraising team. It's gonna be it's booked, so it's in Dyker Heights Beach Club. It's May 22nd at 6 p.m. So please look out for that invite. We have a save a date going around. At that event, you'll have the opportunity to bid on auction items, win some prizes, have a good time. It's a 4-hour open bar, a buffet for you guys to enjoy, and it's lots of fun, music, dancing. I mean, you name it, we have it. So just look out for that. Please contribute to our annual appeal. It makes a huge difference. It's a suggested $750, but whatever you send in is highly, highly, greatly appreciated. And if you want to send in more, that's also appreciated. And that's really it from us. We are looking currently for sponsors. So if anyone has an organization, a company that would like to sponsor any of these events, you do get a plethora of platform advertisement from Tech. We do have around 6,000 students. So once you become a sponsor, your stuff is out there and it gets out. We're also looking for donations for the gala, big ticket auction items, or even just holiday gifts that you guys may not want, but really, really nice gifts. We're looking for it all. So please reach out to us at bthsgala@gmail.com. Thank you. That's it for me.
Thanks,
Hi.
Leslie. If you want to put your put the link in the chat for people that have questions about the gala. Thank you.
Yeah, Kim, can I mention something else?
Absolutely.
Leslie just remind me. So we do have also, like, other than the mega raffle, we are going to have 3 different types of a raffle to be held on site at the event. Mega raffle is for everybody. Like, you can purchase online. You can tell your friends, your family to buy it. But for the other 3 types, only to the guests who attend the event on site. So we do have the 50-50. Also, it will be a big prize. So, but it's better to bring in cash because we only have 2 square machine for the credit card, and sometimes the connection is slow. So bring cash and then you can get mega raffle. We also have 2 big educational package, like last year, like one can help your kids for the college preparation and for the college essay, everything. So it's really good. It costs about like $1,500 and $2,000, each. And also we do have some gift basket, small raffles. So yeah, so good luck. So the value can be up to like 200, the biggest one. So bring in cash and you can buy raffle. Good luck. And also bring in the bills, the small bills. You can feed the God of Will and to feed the lion. We do have the lion dance performed by our Dragon Boat Cup, performed by our students. So just feed the lion and feed the God of Will, so which can bring you the fortune of the year. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, there's a lot going on with Lunar New Year.
I know. yeah, our volunteers are busy, so everybody's helping, and yeah, we appreciate the money, the fund support by all parents.
Thanks, Sharon. Monique or any other committee chairs, do you have anything you'd like to update us on?
I currently do not. Hi, this is Monique. No.
I just wanted to double check if anybody, any of the exec board have anything they want to share before we move on. And Tiffany is here.
Hi, I'm sorry.
That's no problem at all. It's good timing because I believe Mr. K is here as well. And for everybody, I'm very sorry. Mr. Newman will not be here this evening. I'm going to let Mary is going to help Mr. K answer some questions this evening. But I'm just going to start off with telling you there's going to be very little information we're going to be able to share with you about yesterday's hold. But I'm going to let Mary just briefly address this now before we bring on Mr. K.
Okay, so I want to make a couple announcements also. First of all, people have been asking about the AP bills because other schools have been getting their AP bills for this advanced placement exams in May. These bills will be sent out on February 2nd. They go to the your children's accounts, their email accounts, their nycstudents.net accounts. Parents will also be notified that these bills have been sent to their kids' accounts. They don't go to the parents' accounts, but parents will be notified so they can start bothering their kids to get them that bill. There are the major fair is now going to be February 13th for sophomores. And then for the upperclassmen, there's going to be a course fair, I guess maybe for freshmen also, will be March 11th. All right. Again, I also have to reiterate that if you are picking your kid up early, you have to be here. If your kid needs to leave early, you have to be here to sign them out if your child is under 18. It's gotten a lot better, I have to say, but there's still kids in here who say, I have a dentist appointment, I have to leave. And I'm like, well, you have to have a parent. And they're like, is that a new rule? I'm like, no, it's been a rule forever. And these are 15-year-olds. So it's not like they got the pre-pandemic rules. Another thing that's happening is that I am going to have some school tours for current parents at Brooklyn Tech. I'm going to start off with 3 mornings, one after the Regents and then 2 in February. And then I'll have some after winter break. These are going to be tours for 15 parents who may just want a deeper look inside the school without, the 15, whatever it was, 3,000 other parents in the school and kids as we have during the open house. So I think that'll be fun. I'm going to run them with some NHS kids. All right. So look for that. I'm going to send out a note tomorrow on that. Finally, before Mr. K comes in, well, he's here. You're here, right, Mr. K, somewhere?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So yesterday, we can't say much about this because we're tied legally by what the DOE says we can say, but we just want you to know no staff was hurt. There was no scissors involved. No kids were hurt. And we were just looking for a student. That's all we can say. I know there was lots and lots of speculation from kids. And the other thing is we're going to be putting out a new poster in every classroom to explain what a hold is. Maybe if you guys clicked on the link in the emails, you would have seen the hold is just, the door is locked, kids are in the classrooms, business as usual. So that's all for now. And now, Mr. K, for you next. And we can answer questions afterwards.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Good evening, everyone. And thank you for the recap, Mary. So to follow up on what Mary has shared, actually, I want to make sure that everyone knows the supports provided for students.
Guidance counselors are at the ready. Some students have actually started going to the counselors already, or social workers are also ready for support. If teachers know that if a student does need to take a break, they can leave the classroom to go see a counselor or a social worker, and a pass will be provided for that student. So that the absence will be excused. So please make sure to let your kids know that the teachers do know this, and that the counselors are there for them. And if they run into any issues with the teachers, but just please send me an email, or they can reach out to the AP of that teacher, depending on the department. Next, sorry, just going to my notes. So you know, also the end of the term is this Friday. So next week, there is no school. It is Regents Week. So please make sure that all students have seen their Regents tickets. If they have not received their tickets, BTHS testing can provide that ticket, and students can also be received at the day of during walk-in, where they'll be provided with the ticket. The change of the semester also means that we start back into the spring semester. Yes, that's right, Fresh and Lively Regents. So the spring semester is starting the week after spring break. So after the Regents Week. So we want to make sure that we know, for example, for the freshmen to continue to keep going to see their counselors to introduce themselves, because they are the main person that they'll have all 4 years, and that is the counselor recommendation letter that will be coming from. So we want to make sure that the kids know to be proactive, to go see their counselors, introduce themselves, and try to meet regularly with them, even if there's no crisis. For the sophomores, the major fair is coming up, so definitely set up a meeting with your counselors. There'll be push-ins in the sophomore classes to talk more about what the majors entail, but definitely go see your counselor to make sure to have a conversation about what major you're interested in, because a lot of times it does give you an idea of what you want to do in college, or if you had an idea of you wanted to do in college, going to the major fair may actually help you realize that, you know what, this is not actually what I want to do. For the juniors, definitely start having a conversation about colleges. Having meeting, the counselors will be doing push-ins and all the English classes to go over the what the college process entails. The counselor will be meeting with each junior. So the juniors will have a college meeting to go over the different aspects of what to look for, what to do over the summer. I always tell my juniors to start looking at what the personal statements look like, because the fall semester of senior year can feel like an extra AP class because of the amount of writing that they need to do. So I try to advise, if you can, go over those personal statements, see what they look like, and try to pace it out over the summer to see if you can get as many of those assignments as many of those statements as possible, to kind of make the process easier. And as for seniors, college acceptances are coming in, college rejections are coming in also. So again, we are here for support. I've told the students that my room is open. It's 7E4. I have books in there. I have bean bags. I have games. I have a puzzle they've been working on since October. So we are here to provide the support, and you know, we've had these moments, and we know when we've been looking forward for a school to accept us for such a long time, and then we don't get in. So it can be definitely life altering. So the counselors are there, social workers are there, and we have a series of groups also available that social workers and counselors are running depending on the need. So whether it's grief, whether it's scholar support, whether it's Zen, whether it's meditation, the list is outside of all the the offices and the AP offices, and the teachers were sent the list as well. Marble Health is also another organization that we've partnered with. We've started referring students for referrals. What's great about them is that they have no wait lists. So they'll start as a group for therapy, but then they can start moving into individual therapy if the need is there. What's great about Marble Health is that we have full transparency from our end to be able to see if families have followed up with the appointments and such. So what I do recommend is, if counselors reach out to you, just please make sure to reply to them. We've had a few issues where counselors are ghosted, or we stop hearing from families. So if you could just, you know, kind of nudge people and just remind them to just check in with their counselors if emails have been received. So we can essentially keep the narrative consistent between your home and our school to support our students as much as possible, okay? And That's all I have for today, actually. Mary, did you want me to cover anything else? You're on mute, Mary.
No, I think we can just take some questions. Let's start with questions for Mr. K in the guidance office specifically. Okay. I don't know how you want to handle that. Tiffany, do you want to just find the questions and ask them, or?
Yeah, they can put it in the chat.
While we're waiting for them to type in, Mr. K, could you explain to me, I heard you say that you're going to have guidance counselors coming into the English classes? Did I mishear that?
What happened to him? I think
I think he's frozen.
Uh-oh. Huh,
We'll give you,
there he is. Is he here? Mr. K, are you back?
he might need to come back in.
I think I just let him back in. Let's see us come back in again. You got booted. There he is.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there.
That's okay. Did you hear any of my question?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I just said, could you just elaborate a little bit more about the guidance counselors coming to the English classes?
Yes, sure. So what the counselors will be going in is doing what's called our junior push-ins. This is where we go over what the college meeting will entail. We're going over financial support, going over a CUNY application, going over SUNYs, going over a balanced college application, because something that we keep running into with our juniors is that they tend to apply to a lot of the reach schools, but not enough of safety schools or match schools. So we try to tell students, look, you want to have 12 to 15 schools, but you want to have a balanced application because you want to be in many pools as possible. But at the same time, if you're picking a safety school, don't pick a safety school just to drop it in a list. Make sure that it's somewhere you would want to go as well. So it's going over a lot of different details. And then from there, what we do, we put the presentation on the text website. So families will be able to access it as well. And and then the individual presentations, individual meetings will be a follow-up of the junior push-in presentations.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
And when does that start?
So right now I'm working with Ms. Bonilla. I just received the list of the English classes today. So I'm going to share that with the counselors. I'm hoping to start that before the midwinter recess.
Thank you.
Great.
Yep,
We
you're
do
welcome.
have a question in the chat, and it is, do kids need to make appointments to see their counselor, or can they walk into their offices anytime?
They can walk in, they can do both. They can do both. I say to make the appointment because it's more sure, because there might be a student in crisis and the counselor might be with the student at the time. But if you have an appointment, it's more of a sure way that that time was reserved for you. And I am also available as well. So even though I don't have a caseload, I do have some students do meet with me. I used to have a caseload. Some of my former students have wanted to stay on my caseload, so I still have them. So you can definitely do either.
All right. And the question, I think, is what I asked you, only they said, when will the college counselors be coming to English classes? Do college counselors ever go to classes, or do they have individual meetings with the kids?
The college counselors, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yes, they asked when the college counselors would be going to English classes, but it's the guidance counselors, as you said, that are going to go to the English classes.
Yes, it's the guidance counselors, not the college counselors.
But do college counselors ever go into classes, or is it just the kids go and see them one-on-one?
They do push-ins as well. For more details on that, you'd have to reach out to Ms. Cuesta.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome.
And how often are the push-ins?
So we do one push-in and then we have the meeting. So the meetings can happen as often as you want. It's just a push-in, we just do that one. And then we do the follow-up. So like with my students, for example, I usually go over the series of steps with them, covering the college, the financial aid, and so on. And then we do like follow-up meetings. So some students are more proactive. So I'll do a meeting once a month with them. And there are others that need a little bit more attention. So it might start with like once a week. So I have some students that I see on a weekly basis. Like yesterday, for example, I sat down with the senior to go through the CUNY application with him the entire time. because he is a student with autism and does need more assistance with that. So I just kind of sit with him, and so it depends on the need.
Mr. K, could you just go over a little bit the difference between the guidance office and the college office? Because we're getting a lot of questions for the college office that you know they are not applicable to you. So maybe if people understood the differences, it would help.
Yeah, so the guidance counselor. So what we do, our main focus is the social emotional health of our students. So we go over when it comes to the individual progress reviews of how they're doing from freshman year to senior year. Excuse me. Go over the programming for classes, going over excuse me, the major system with them, going over what the essentially when it comes to transcript review. So for example, we have a lot of middle school students that come with Regents exam credits already. So we process those updates also. When it comes to the college counselors, they do just that. It's just anything that pertains to just college counseling. It's just that. So when it comes to, they do meetings with them, but more in depth than we do because they have more access with the college system than we do. When it comes to the fee waivers, when it comes to the college visits, when it comes to the rep visits, senior advisory is also under the college counselors. So those aspects are strictly under the college office. When it comes to the FAFSA presentations that they have, thank you for that. I think I just saw Miss Roberts. The junior college info night is also what they run. The info night for the seniors and the juniors. So that's the main difference between the two of us. So what you see is each student has a counselor, a college counselor, and a guidance counselor. So they have access to both. So depending on your prefect, you'll be able to see who your guidance counselor is and who your college counselor is.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can parents call in and have conferences with counselor and their junior?
Yes. Now, does the student want that? Is a different question.
I'm
But I do.
I'm sure my daughter would love that. Yes.
Right. So I tell the kids, I highly recommend to the kids to have their families involved in the initial conversations because what ends up happening sometimes is senior year, we end up having a lot of rift between what the family wanted versus what the kids wanted. So I try to explain that like 2 years ago, for example, one senior I worked with, we met with dad, we got a full college list and everything was done. But a week before everything was due, the student decided on his own to completely change his list, and he was rejected from every school. So not only did I have to do a restorative meeting between the family and the student, it was also to find a college for the student. So there may be pushback, but I really recommend that if you can to support. They're still teenagers. They're still figuring things out, and we've gone through this process ourselves. So it's good to have that guidance, and then we can start drifting and let them be on their own.
Do you have any advice, for the students and probably the parents are the ones listening right now? Because guidance is one of the recs that gets written for the kids for college. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How do they write it if the kids never come see you?
So a lot of us, what we do is we cover both the academic and the extracurricular piece. So for example, my letters are always 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph is I introduce the student. I talk about how I know the student, any kind of colloquialism that I have with the student. The second paragraph goes over the academics. Even though the school gets the transcript, I try to go a little deeper into getting them to understand, based on comments teachers have given me, because it doesn't say on the transcript that they're good collaborators. So it's something that I mentioned in there also if it applies. And then the second paragraph, I go over the extracurricular activities both in and out of school. And then the last paragraph is just a conclusion over just what the student would bring to the campus.
Thank
So
you.
a lot of us do follow a similar model.
That's great. Thank
And
you.
the way that what we all do is that we do send out a survey to all the students. And what keeps happening too many times is the kids, we have to keep chasing them throughout the summer to make sure that they fill out the survey. So definitely remind them the surveys are going to start coming out in the spring semester. It will either be on a Google Classroom for that student or in Naviance. So make sure to look at that, to start looking at those questions, so that the counselors can start getting ready on those letters. And then in addition to the survey, to also meet with the counselor.
How many guidance counselors do we have at Tech?
We have 20 guidance counselors, and each of them have a caseload between 300 and 350 students.
Wow, that's
So,
a lot of work.
Yes, so over the last few, we've actually gone down from when counselors used to have around 450, 400. So I told Mr. Newman that my 5-year plan, this is my second year at the school. So I've told them that my 5-year plan is to bring the caseload numbers down to the ASCA standards, which is the American School Counseling Association. Now, it says that the appropriate ratio is 250 to 1. So it's clear that there's no counselor on that board because there's no way that one person can go over with 250 people. So it's hard to do because it depends on budget and also placement of where to put all these counselors. So the ideal goal would be to hire more counselors so that the kids can get more attention, because it is a lot on one person to take care of 300 and something people.
Do we have any other questions?
When are unofficial transcripts updated? Do counselors automatically send these to schools that their students apply to in Naviance?
So we send the official transcripts, not the unofficial ones. The unofficial ones you have access through the student profile. Excuse me. So the unofficial one you have access to your student profile, but the official ones are sent at the end of the fall semester. So once I'm sorry. So at the end of the fall semester, that's the first transcript that gets sent to colleges, and that includes the freshman, sophomore, and junior grades. And then in February, the mid-year grades get sent, and then at the end of the year, the full transcript for all 4 years gets sent. Now, this is where I must stress to kids that just because you've applied and you've gotten accepted, we do send those transcripts, and every year we have students that have had applications rescinded. So the importance is to keep the grades up. A lot of kids, what tends to happen is when it comes to English, global studies, and PE, those are the 3 subjects that we keep running into issues, graduation requirements, and where kids are held back. So especially PE, a lot of times they think that, oh, I'm done with that, I don't need to. Yes, you do. So we end up where we have students where the application is rescinded because they missed that PE credit and they have to do it over the summer. So we have to do that process all over again with them. So please stress with them that even though we've sent that first transcript, we send the mid-year as well, and we send the end of year. So you definitely have to keep those grades up.
Mm-hmm.
Can we mute?
We do have another question about, does guidance oversee the advisory program?
No, that's the college office.
And just to clarify, I know some parents seem confused about when advisory is offered. Freshmen and seniors get advisory in the fall, and juniors and sophomores get it in the spring. So
That's
if your
correct.
child didn't have advisory, they will in the spring. If they had it in the fall, they won't have it in the spring.
That is correct.
And for anyone, there were a lot of questions for the college office. You can send an email to Ms. Cuesta with those questions. She'd be happy to answer them. Can we ask the counselors to introduce themselves in email, and students and parents, and let us know who we can contact for any counseling questions, advisory questions? Well, the guidance counselor Tiffany put in the chat is listed on your child's schedule. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
And the room number is also there on the schedule.
So that would be your first one. And then you don't have a college counselor until you're getting ready to apply.
Right. And their prefect is also on there, and want to make sure that they're familiar with their prefect, because when it comes to diploma distribution and even when it comes to which college counselor is theirs, it's by prefect. So we want to make sure that they know what their prefect is.
And I'm sorry, Mr. K, someone missed about the survey that you're going to send out. Just a quick, it's a survey. Does it go out in the summer for the kids to get
No,
ready?
it goes out in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, the counselor is sending out in the spring. And it's a series of questions just to get to know you a little deeper. And then there's a follow-up meeting from that survey, and that is how we write the letters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you recommend that juniors meet with their guidance counselor to discuss where to apply for college before they meet with their college counselor?
Yes,
Definitely.
you're welcome.
Any additional questions for Mr. K, who's been so very nice to come and give us time this evening? Let's see. Good to know about the updates for official transcripts. Also need to know when unofficial transcript is updated with the semester that is about to end.
They should be synced with the official ones because that system we don't control, so it should update at the same time. If not, you can come see your child's counselor to get the official transcript. We just can't send it to kids because excuse me. We've had a couple of incidents in the past where the students have been able to alter the transcript through Adobe, especially the kids in the software engineering majors.
They're
A
smart
couple.
kids.
Yeah, so we had a phone call from a college and a summer program, a pre-college summer program, that emailed two of my counselors to say that something seems off with the transcript because the font itself of some of the numbers were a little different. So when we matched with the official transcript, turns out that the student was able to find a way to unencrypt the transcript and alter the grade and send that to the transcript. So now we only send it straight to the families, or we can give a student a paper one, but digitally we'll send it to you directly, or we send it to the program directly. Essentially, the kids are using what we're teaching them against us.
Yes, they are. Anybody else? Any questions?
And my office is open. In my email signature, I have all my available time. The kids frequently stop by. They know I have an open door policy, so they're more than welcome to see me. And I'm gonna be chaperoning the senior trip as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you. Oh wait, do we have another
There's a
question?
question, the difference between advisory and guidance.
The difference between advisory
So
and
what is the difference between the advisory class and the guidance counselor?
so the advisory class just meets weekly, and that's covered by a curriculum that's developed by the college office. And then the college, I'm sorry, and then with the guidance counselors, that's a meeting that you set up yourself to talk about not just the college, but social emotional health, class changes, all of that all together. Sorry.
All right, we have questions again about college, and again, as I said, if there's questions about Naviance, you can consult Ms. Cuesta
Yeah, that's Ms. Cuesta.
in the college office. Well, thank you so much, Mr. K. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, you're most welcome, and thank you everyone. Thank you for inviting me, Mary. It's lovely to see everyone, and I'll see you around school. Have a good night, everyone.
You as well.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, good night.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right, Mary,
All right.
you're up.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Amy Mack and Lorraine Wong for all their work on the teacher's wish list, which is finally wrapping up. There's still a few things to go, but the teachers are so appreciative. I have thank you notes for the PA when I see them signed by departments. It's really nice. It's kind of just sweet. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there you go. Can you see it?
Yes.
Anyway, it's great. So everyone's really appreciative and it's just lovely. So if you want to ask me questions, you can. I don't care if you just talk, but what questions do people have?
They should raise their hand. So
Yeah, raise your
raise your
hands.
hand or put it in the chat.
All right. Hi, Amy Mack. You're a star, superstar.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's the PA.
All right, let's see. Okay, whom will we ask for suggestions about like summer programs or internships? You could ask guidance, but mostly, if you're engineering or a CTE student, then there's a special program and you could email, Mark Rodriguez or, Wandy Chang. And most of the stuff about other internships are mostly in the daily announcements for possible internships this summer. I don't think we have any questions happening, so there we go.
Someone's asking about college again. Are the college transcripts sent through Naviance or the Common App?
Through Naviance. Usually the auditorium and library are not both closed, so I don't know when that would happen. I mean, usually kids just hang out in the hallways, which some people say you can't hang out in the hallways, but I've never seen people being kicked out of the hallways unless there's like a mob scene. So is there a summer job program for kids? No, except for what I just talked about in terms of internships for some of the engineering students. We have a specific program for that. But again, you can talk to your guidance counselor. You can look at the daily announcements that NY, what is it called? The NYC.
SYEP
Yeah, that is a summer
Community
job
Youth
program for
Employment
kids. So
program.
you can look at that. They employ a lot of kids. I can't do a tutorial in Naviance. I think that you could email Ms. Cuesta about that. I'm guessing they give tutorials specifically to junior parents.
Yeah, the
Um,
junior college night is coming up. at the
Yeah,
end of
don't
the
miss it,
month.
because if you miss it, then it's just not a good thing. It's not recorded. If it is recorded, it only goes to people who are registered. So you have to go to it or you have to register. But she's very strict about that. If your child has too much homework, she should I mean, there are rules about the homework, like they're only supposed to have, I think, like 20 minutes a night or a half hour a night, right, in each class. So if they're more than that, then they can talk to Mr. Newman. They can email the AP. You, Catherine, can email the AP of the class, the assistant principal for that class, that department, and talk about like how much time your daughter is spending on homework, because we really don't want kids to not have to not get their sleep. We all know they need it. I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to look at the daily announcements that has information about college night in it. We can't really speak about the thing about the hold. Basically, no one was hurt and we were looking for a student.
And just so people understand, when they sent the email out and said it was a hold, there was a link, could go, and it'll explain to you what a hold is. A hold is not a lockdown. It's not a hard lockdown. It's not a soft lockdown. It's just the kids are in the room. They can, Mr. Newman said they can continue to teach. So it's not, you, as I said, go to the link in that email and you'll see the levels of threat, and hold is at the very bottom. It's just they're remaining in the classrooms.
Yeah, I had a lot of kids in my office because we pulled them out of the hallway when the hold was announced. A lot of them did a jigsaw puzzle, which I have in my office, which was fun for them. But you know, I emphasize that we didn't have to turn off the lights, we didn't have to hide. It wasn't a hard lockdown, it was just a hold. So, you know, our door was locked, business as usual, and that helped them. But some people didn't realize this was just a hold, and they might have gone a little bit, they might have turned off their lights and, you know, alarmed people a little bit. So we're going to be addressing that with the staff. Because parents are confused and like, you know, we're getting these posters that we're gonna, some school classrooms have these posters already. But they're going to be going up. You can see it there, the one that explains all hold. We have all these in every single classroom, these hold posters, or like the emergency posters. So this is going to be spelled out for everyone. So if it happens again, they'll have a better idea. Did everyone see that?
Yes, Mary, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. To discuss what, Catherine?
Catherine, you can unmute if you want to talk to Ms. Yoon.
Yeah. My question is, if she has too much homework every day, let me start talking.
Can't really
So
hear
every
you. You're
day-
breaking up, unfortunately.
I'm sorry,
You were-
cannot hear me?
She's
Can you say
talking
it
about the
again?
homework.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, she's, during this whole week for the midterm exam, she every day, almost midnight, she can go to sleep, and some go home until the time to go to bed. She always focusing, I think, the preparation and homework together. It's very, very, I think, tight the time during this week, but it still seems she did not finish the whole, because the exam preparation, also the homework has to be done within the due date. For example, like today, due date like yesterday at midnight, maybe the exact time, but too much burden for them. I do not know why schools still give them so much homework during this whole week for midterm exam. So much stress. So I do not know how to solve the issue. She did not know who is her counselor, and we are not allowed to go to school very often. So we really need to the connection with principal, or maybe her counselor, maybe her main teacher. I do not know how to support her. So I know every subject the teacher only care about their own subject, but all subjects homework and I think task or something all combined together to one student. It's much more heavier, because I think the teacher, counselor, maybe principal, they will think about their individual subject schedule and how heavy they have in their hands every day, and how to arrange it better. Because she is a freshman, this is for her first year. She has no experience, and we did not have any experience either. How to select her subject for this year? We have no experience. She selects a lot. It seems like too heavy. She has AP biology. She has a math competition and the junior math or something, and also history. She has a lot of challenge for AP biology. She told me today her score already came out, and her score is not good. And for the history, it also seems very weak.
Right.
So-
Okay. I understand.
I don't know
You really
how-
have to, you really need to just talk. I think you should reach out to the APs of each department.
And
And you could also
and
copy,
the
you could also copy
guidance
Mr.
counselor.
Newman. You could also talk to Mr. Newman. They can also talk to the guidance, your child can go to the guidance counselor. You can email the guidance counselor. You can have a conversation with the guidance counselor. If you set up a time to have a phone call with them. I don't even know what the policy for homework was this week during finals. So,
And
I mean, if they're giving too much homework, then the AP should know about it.
But Mary, I also want to add, Catherine, a couple things you need to think of, and freshman it's a tough year. It is a really tough transition. But for next year's classes, you do need to consider if these AP classes are you're going to be required to take AP Comp Sci for sure. You need to think if this is too much for your daughter and it's putting too much stress, don't add on too many APs because it is extra work. It's a lot of work. But it should be, you know, I see it with my kids because I've had 3 kids at Tech. The homework comes in waves. One class may give a ton one night, but not the next. So this is the year where she's got to learn a little bit of time management.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this about your daughter. I'm going to say this about my kids, and my daughter's in the room and she's going to punch me. But with our phones and social media, they're doing their work and their phone is sitting next to them. And they get distracted for an hour when they could have actually gone to bed. So sometimes it definitely is the teacher because I've had those teachers, but other times it's our kids.
I totally agree. You mentioned same thing happened to my daughter.
Yeah.
Same thing. I understand what you're talking. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes they mention too many homework, but what I can see during this whole week for exam preparation, they still have a lot of homework they need to finish. So I think to be smart arrangement for the school, for at least for this whole week, to not give them too much burden for their homework. Save more time that to prepare for the exam.
But there's no problem. You can absolutely contact the AP of each subject where you believe she's getting too much homework. They will respond to you most definitely.
I want to ask again where I can find the guidance of the counselor and the exact name.
On the schedule, your daughter has a schedule and the guidance counselor's name is on the schedule.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I will contact them and maybe the counselor can give us more arrangement and even some better suggestions how to do. Okay,
Do we have any other questions?
No more.
We do. We have another one. If my child's teacher is always absent from her advisory class, is it something that I need to be concerned about? What impact will that have on my child?
I don't know what's happening in that advisory class if the child's teacher is not there. If you want, you can email me separately and we can figure out like what's going on. Advisory is not a big like study class or anything like that. It's advisory, so it's probably not going to have that much impact.
Yeah, they're
this
not
point.
getting a grade or anything for that class. It's a pass fail, right?
Yeah. I wanted to say something else and I can't remember what it was now. Well,
I have one more question. I heard from the chat from the parents group. They mentioned some of the classes, the history exam, the teacher gave them 11 points more to add every student. But I asked my daughter whether you heard about this and did you get an extra 11 points on your score? She told me no, I did not have it. So I want to clarify what is about.
You have to email the AP of the subject.
yeah, we can't drill down in like this here because we just don't have the information. So you have to email the AP or the child needs to talk to the AP. Yes, the children will be getting the same teachers next semester. They don't really change classes. They just change access for advisory. And like there's sometimes kids have health in this second semester. They don't change teachers.
Any other questions? All right, Mary, I
All
think
right, sounds
that's
good.
everything.
Okay, so thanks a lot, everyone.
Mary, thank you very
Um,
much.
You're welcome. It's always fun to be here. And we'll see you next time, which is whenever that is, March or February, then we get March. Have a nice no class week next week.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. Thank you for your
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you.
PA.
Thank you.
Bye. Look out for your parent tours tomorrow.
That's great.
Hi, Jonna. How you doing?
Good.
Bye.
Good.
Hi, Naeem.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Mary. All right,
Night, everyone.
Tiffany, is there anything else?
I don't think so. I know we updated everybody. Please, everyone read the Tech Talk emails because we give updates there with dates, announcements. I know Mary also sends emails sometimes. So just, we can even recap some information from this meeting. And I know people were asking about like the junior college night. We put that flyer in Tech Talk.
And I think it's, what did you say, more January 30th?
The major
January
fair, by
30th.
the way, is February 13th. The electives fair is March 11th.
And we'll put this in Tech Talk too, the dates. We'll update the calendars.
All right. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night, Mary.
All
Hi,
right.
Mary.
We get a
Gonna go home
motion.
now.
Night, Mary.
We get a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, no one on the board has any further information. We will see you all next time.
Okay, good night.
You have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Night.